You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report's Scoreboard Show, podcast number 278.1, our daily update on professional, college, and high school sports in Central Indiana, your daily audio sports section every single morning.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report, we thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Today is March 27, 2025. It's a Tuesday. It's another day for Central Indiana sports, so it's another day for the Central Indiana Sports Report. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, coming to you today from Stage 22 in beautiful Elwood, Indiana. Producer Susie is in the control room at headquarters in Jeffersonville. After a huge Sunday in Central Indiana, with the exception of a few softball sectional openers, it was supposed to be a quiet day in sports news locally, but it certainly was not. Before we get to the big Indy 500 and Fever news, I want to encourage you to please go subscribe to our YouTube page. You can find every single one of our podcasts there, and soon we'll have video highlights to go along with all of the podcasts. Into the summer at the very latest. We've been putting out tons of content lately, including a few on Monday, our Indianapolis 500 recap with Dave Chanley and Heather Apt, and our NBA playoff report with John Robertson. You can go find both of those on our YouTube page. And coming up on Tuesday, we have our girls track regional preview, our girls tennis regional preview, our softball sectional scoreboard, and of course, late Tuesday, we'll have our Game 4 Pacers Knicks Eastern Conference Finals reaction. Big news out of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Monday. The IndyCar Series announced that 3 drivers, Andretti Racing's Marcus Ericsson and Kyle Kirkwood, and Prima Racing's Callum Ilott, failed post-race inspection with, quote, failure of the left side minimum end plate height. The 3 drivers were reordered to the end of the final finishing results, moving Ericsson from 2nd place to 31st, Kirkwood from 6th to 32nd, and Ilott from 12th to last. All 3 cars were also assessed $100,000 fines. So the final podium result was champion Alex Palou in his first ever oval win. Voigt Racing's David Malukas was 2nd, and Pato O'Ward 3rd. The news also gives Elio Castro Neves his 17th top 10 Indianapolis 500 finish. That's a fantastic. That one was for you, Uncle Paul. There was more news after Monday's Indy 500 banquet. Pole sitter Robert Schwartzman was named Rookie of the Year. Both purse records were broken as well. Alex Palou received a record $3.8 million for winning the 109th Indy 500, and the $20.2 million purse is the largest total in racing history. Fox announced that Sunday's 500 was the most watched in the last 17 years, with an average of over 7 million viewers throughout the telecast. It received 8.4 million viewers during the race's peak from 4:15 to 4:30 p.m. Palou has now won 5 of the first 6 races this season for Chip Ganassi Racing. Of course, Palou and Ganassi were once rival litigants when Palou attempted to leave the team for McLaren a couple of years ago. Needless to say, the relationship is just fine now.
Honestly, it's you never know if you're going to be able to win the 500 or not. It's so special to be part of it as a driver. It's so special to have chances to fight for it. And I have to say thank you to Chip, thank you to Mike, and everybody that has given me the opportunity to be part of Chip Ganassi Racing. Everybody knows what happened in the past, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all the team that we have behind for just trusting on me and giving me this rocket ship every single race weekend. And I'm just going to keep on giving you as many wins as I can. as a thank you and as a sorry, just to make up for our past. So thank you, Chip.
Very nice. Of course, that was Alex Palou at the Indianapolis 500 banquet on Monday. After the reshuffled finish, Palou now leads the 2025 championship by 112 points over Ward, who's now second after Kirkwood was shuffled back. Christian Lundgaard is now third, 125 points back. The rest of the top 10 is Felix Rosenqvist, then Kirkwood, Scott Dixon, Scott McLaughlin, who went from 33rd to 30th in the 500 with Monday's news, Will Power, Colton Herta, and Malukas. The Indiana Fever tweeted Monday morning that star Caitlin Clark will miss at least 2 weeks with a strained muscle in her thigh. Clark was the 2025 MVP frontrunner. Now that's unlikely. Still, as long as the Fever can tread water, it shouldn't be that huge of a deal. Good thing they made the offseason moves that they did. They should be fine. The Fever are off until Wednesday when they're in D.C. to face the 2-3 Mystics at 7:30 before traveling to Connecticut to face the Sun on Friday. Your Indiana Pacers look to rebound from its third straight Game 3 loss with its third straight Game 4 win when they host the New York Knicks in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals Tuesday at 8 at the Fieldhouse. Indiana won the first 2 games at Madison Square Garden and had a 20-point second quarter lead in Game 3 Sunday night before arguably their worst half of the postseason in the 106-100 loss. So now the question is, will the Pacers re-seize control of the series on Tuesday, or will the Knicks become the series favorites again with their second straight win in Indy? Pacers coach Rick Carlisle met with the media Monday and said Sunday's game was proof that each game in a playoff series takes on a life of its own.
The series is, each game's going to be different. They hit some hellacious shots in the game last night. We hit some hellacious shots in the first 2 games. It's a back and forth thing, and so we got to be ready to come back stronger tomorrow.
Earlier in Monday's media session, Carlisle told the media that Aaron Nesmith's ankle is sore and he will likely be a game-time decision. That means Ben Mathurin will likely have to play more minutes in the game, and I think we're due a big Benny Math game. According to Shams Charania, Tyler Halliburton's father, John, has had his ban lifted. He was informed by the NBA that he'll be allowed to attend Game 4 in Indianapolis after being ordered to stay out of the arenas for the last 8 playoff games in Cleveland, Indianapolis, and New York. Of course, we'll have our reaction about a half hour to an hour after Game 4 ends Tuesday night, depending on how much there is to talk about with the entire crew. If the Pacers can get past the Knicks, it's looking more and more like it'll be the Oklahoma City that they'll face in the finals. League MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 40 points to lead the Thunder to a 128-126 win over the Timberwolves in Game 4 Monday in Indianapolis. Gilgeous-Alexander also had 10 assists and 9 rebounds, and Jalen Williams made 6 of his 7 3-point attempts and finished with 34 points in the pivotal win. On the other side, Anthony Edwards was just 5 for 13 and had 16 points for the Timberwolves. They were led by SGA's cousin, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's 23 points. John Robertson, Will Rutherford, and I talked about the state of the NBA playoffs on the NBA Playoffs report that we released Tuesday morning. That's podcast number 278.4. I made some bold statements in that one. I think you're going to want to listen to it. It was pretty good. The Carolina Hurricanes staved off elimination in the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals with a 3-0 win in Miami on Monday. Frederick Anderson stopped all 20 shots that he faced for the shutout. The reigning Cup champion Panthers still lead the series 3-1, with Game 5 Friday in Raleigh at 8 on TNT and the Max app. Defending Western champion Edmonton leads the Western Conference Finals 2-1 over the Stars after winning Games 2 and 3 3-0 and 6-1. Game 4 is Tuesday at 8 on ESPN. Couple of MLB notes. First, sorry we didn't get the MLB report in this weekend. Once again, crazy weekend. On Memorial Day, the Cubs beat the Rockies 3-1 to extend their NL Central lead to 3 games over the Cardinals, who lost 5-2 in Baltimore. The Reds beat the Royals 7-4. Big day for Tyler Stevenson, who is 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Shohei Ohtani homered to lead off a game for the second straight day, and the Dodgers beat Cleveland 7-2. In high school softball, it was sectional opening day on Monday with a spattering of first-round games. Most of them get started on Tuesday, but we did have a few, including Class 2A, Sectional 39 at Elwood, where defending sectional, regional, and semi-state champion Lapel got a huge win, 6-0 over rival Frankton, their second win over their rival Eagles this season. Addison Bodenhorn threw a complete game one-hit shutout, getting a lot of help from her defense. Delaney Balser and Paige Stiers both had a triple and scored a run. Jana Everman had a double and scored twice. 20-6 Lapel plays 0-19 Taylor Tuesday at 5 at Elwood in the semifinals, followed by Tipton versus Elwood. Class A at North Miami, there were 4 games played on Monday. North Miami beat Tri-Central 5-2. Cowan beat Southern Wells 8-2. It was Southwood 3, Westdale 2, and Northfield 8, Daleville 7. On Thursday, it'll be 16-8 North Miami against 8-15 Cowan, followed by 17-10 Southwood against 3-17 Northfield. In Class 4A Sectional 8 at Fishers, Noblesville beat defending sectional champion Hamilton Southeastern 9-4. Addie Emerson had a double and hit her 5th home run of the year. 17-7 Noblesville will face 15-10 Fishers on Tuesday at 5:30 in the first semifinal. Also on Tuesday at Fishers, Hoosier Crossroad champion Zionsville beat Westfield 2-1. Leah Helton threw a complete game, giving up 5 hits and 0 earned runs. She struck out 7 and walked none. Zionsville is now 20-4 and takes on 6-16 Carmel on Tuesday. Couple of Class 3A sectionals. At Norwell, Mississinawa beat New Haven 19-0. 18-4 Mississinawa will take on 5-18 Marion on Tuesday at 5:30 in the first semifinal. Mississinawa beat Marion 11-0 on April 28th. And sectional 23 at Logansport, defending 3A state champion Western beat Twin Lakes 2-0. Kylie Miller and Lucy George combined on a 4-hit shutout with 11 strikeouts. Miller's now 14-1 on the season. 24-3 Western takes on 11-7 West Lafayette Thursday at 5. Western beat the Red Devils 10-0 in mid-April. Look for our softball sectional scoreboard coming out later Tuesday. Just a couple of local high school baseball games. A sectional start later this week. Mechanicawa beat Mississinawa 8-7, scoring 6 times in the 7th inning. Mechanicawa is now 15-9. Hamilton Heights beat Clinton Prairie 12-2. Dylan Pitts hit his first home run of the season and had 6 RBIs in the win. Warsaw beat Peru 12-7. Hunter Dippin had 2 doubles and 4 RBIs for Warsaw. Lucas Musser had a double and 4 RBIs for 14-10 Peru. We'll have our girls track regional and girls team tennis regional semifinal previews on Tuesday. And of course, we will have the results on Wednesday's scoreboard show. Just a couple of news and notes. Noblesville basketball star Justin Curry tweeted Monday that he's received a scholarship offer from the University of Nevada, and head coach Steve Alford and assistant coach Kyle Guy. Curry averaged 15.6 points and 5.6 rebounds as a junior last season for the 19-6 Millers. Westdale 7th grader Riley Paskowitz won the Indiana Middle School State 800-meter and 1600-meter state championships Saturday at Indiana State University in Terre Haute. Hamilton Heights 8th grader Lillian Higgins won the 2400-meter run, with Paskowitz finishing 3rd. Purdue finished 27th out of 30 teams in the NCAA Men's Golf Championships in Carlsbad, California, with a 37-0 par 901 for 3 rounds. Defending national champion Auburn has a 4-shot lead over Arizona State with 1 round left to play in the season. Oklahoma is 3rd, Florida 4th. Oklahoma State and Texas are tied for 5th. Purdue freshman Supapon Amorn Chachan shot even par 72 on Monday and is tied for 10th in the individual national championship race. He advanced to Tuesday's final round. Ole Miss's Michael Lasasso is minus 11 and the leader after 3 rounds. And the top seeds were named for the NCAA baseball tournament. The top 16 seeds will host national regionals this week. They are number 1 Vanderbilt, Southern Miss, Florida State, number 5 North Carolina, 12th ranked Oregon, 3rd ranked Arkansas, number 4 Auburn, number 13 Coastal Carolina, defending national champion Tennessee, Clemson, 6th ranked LSU, number 7 Georgia, Ole Miss, UCLA, and number 2 Texas. The NCAA announced the brackets and the schedules on Monday. The 16 regional winners will advance to the best of 3 super regionals. And now you know everything we know about Central Indiana sports. Thank you so much for listening. Always appreciate it. Please share our Scoreboard show with your friends and family. Please do it every day. Help get the word out. We need your help. Thank you. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.